Hello, my name is Kinsey. I am the brand and web designer behind Kinsey Green Design, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how I create custom logos for my clients' brand identities. Please note that everything I'm about to show you is after my client has already had their intro call with me and they have already completed their mood board as well as answered their strategy question, so I have a better understanding as a designer what they need as well as what they want in terms of visuals, so I can bridge the gap between their target audience, their wants, and their brand. After that is out of the way, I open up my artboards, I place their mood board inside of it, and I always start by listing out their brand buzzwords, adjectives, terms, whatever you want to call it, basically the words that describe the vibe and style they're aiming for. Once I have their brand buzzwords listed out, I will type out the brand name and start exploring different fonts that I feel support the brand vision and the style that my client is aiming for. Typically, I'll start by exploring free fonts as well as utilizing some fonts that I already have on my computer from previous projects. I started out by playing with this fun kind of script organic font that I already had installed on my computer that I felt like could align with their brand. I was aiming to go for a font that was fun, organic, but also gave off that kind of nostalgia, summer camp, outdoorsy vibe at the same time. In my opinion, the key to landing on a solid logo concept involves playing with different fonts, playing with the letters, playing with the typography, adding brushstrokes, and just getting crazy with it. You never know what you might create, and some things that you might envision in your head looking really terrible and ugly actually end up working the best and being the most unique, extravagant concept you can come up with. And other times I will create things that truly look awful, but that's part of the exploration process. In any given project, I probably spend a few hours on just the logo exploration process in itself because it takes such a long time to produce all sorts of different variations and really land on that one concept that sticks. After I had been playing with this for about an hour, I decided to take a short break because sometimes I find if I'm sitting by the computer working on one concept for a really long time, I just get tired of looking at it and need to walk away and come back with a fresh mind to really see if I like the direction it's going or if I feel like I need to totally change things up for the brand. After playing around with this concept for a long time, I felt like it just wasn't the right concept or font for the brand. So I ended back up on Creative Market and did end up purchasing this groovy, fruity font because I felt like it had more of the vibe and style my client is aiming for with their brand identity. After I installed this font, I felt like I had a better idea of the direction I wanted to head in and decided to go ahead and start working with some color. Sometimes when you start to add color, it does help to bring the design together a little bit better and you can get a better feel for if you are in fact headed in the right direction or not. I then decided to go ahead and create some custom elements that I felt reflected the brand vibe as well and incorporate those with the font to add a little something extra and unique to the typography. Although I created these really fun, cool elements, I kept adding them in and there was just too many. One of the key things that your logo should be is simple and you don't want it to be overly detailed, and I just added so many of these little elements I just felt like it seriously was not working and I needed to switch something up, and I went back to Pinterest to find a little bit more inspiration and get some more ideas to continue this concept. After spending some time on Pinterest, I realized it might be a really good idea to incorporate movement of somehow or try a different lockup in terms of how the letters and the words are being put together, which is ultimately what led me to this concept here. Once I started incorporating this movement and adding a bit more of a flow to the text, I felt like it was really starting to work. This was a solid step in the right direction, and although I really like the flowy movement, I wanted to be sure that that is really the step I wanted to take, so I just tried a little something else without that movement and just stretched out the letters, which did not result in a good concept, so I went back to the flowy movement one. But this is just part of the process, trying different things, seeing what works and what doesn't. Now that I had a concept, it was time to refine the colors, elements, and alignment of all of the letters. This is something that usually takes me a long time because I have to ensure that every single element and every single letter feels balanced within the design itself. Once I got everything spaced out the way I wanted it, I decided to add some different colors on different letters because I feel like that would better support the brand vibe as well as give it that nostalgic retro feel. Once I was done creating the primary logo, it was time to set it up on a few different backgrounds and pick out the entire color palette and see everything work together. I love to incorporate different samples like this inside of my brand identity presentations for clients because it really helps them understand how their logo will work in context, as well as how the overall brand pulls together their messaging, values, and attracts their target audience. When people see logo designs, they only see the final concept and they don't think about the process of what it took to actually get to that point. So hopefully this video has shed some light on that. Here is the finished logo concept. Sometimes I like to print them out to see them working in the physical space. Now, do keep in mind that this video did not include my process and strategy for creating all the rest of the brand collateral that comes within a brand identity, like the secondary logo, the brand marks, the variations of the logos, the reusable social media templates, the brand patterns, all that other stuff that really helps a business effectively communicate their message, their values, and consistently attract their ideal clientele, as well as show up online in a cohesive manner. I truly believe that for any business to see serious results from their branding investment, they need a full brand identity, not just a logo all by itself, which is why I only offer brand identity packages. And I do have another video that talks about this, and I will also link the YouTube video from my channel that actually goes over my full brand identity process from start to finish as a designer. This was just a little bit more behind the scenes look in my logo design process, which is only a small part of an entire brand identity. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and got some value out of it. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe if you are already subscribed, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.